James Harden to begin the game, shaded by R.J. Barrett. Mobley out by the three-point line. Probably the best defender for Toronto. Scotty Barnes is on him. And a quick turnover.
Try to give that ball to Jarrett Allen on the move. Couldn't handle it. Toronto's going to bring it up, start their offense.
If you're not familiar, Jamal Shead does have some experience. He started 12 games this year. He actually played all 82, so hats off for that. But he is replacing a very valuable member of the Raptors team in Emmanuel Quickley. Dump down. This time the pass to Allen successful. Mitchell with a touch. Donovan Mitchell. Man, it went from really loud to really quiet. Scotty Barnes for Cleveland. They played better.
Yep. Really good rebounder at his position.
No relation to Dwayne Wade, for those wondering. Jarrett Allen, first points of the game.
Jarrett Allen loves playing with James Harden just because of that effect right there. Harden drawing so much attention on the offensive end. Allen living above the rim.
Toronto is not an elite three-point shooting team. No look pass, R.J. Barrett up and in, get the assist to Barnes.
Barnes is an elite passer for his position. Sees over and around through the defense. Good cut that time and a good pass.
Everything starts with Harden. They give him full reins. Dump down to Allen. Statue of Liberty dunk for Jarrett Allen.
You can see Cleveland in that horn set to start the game, and a lot of offense going through Jarrett Allen right now.
A lot of people in Cleveland interested to see what happens with Jarrett Allen in this playoff series. He gets a lot of blame for some of the failures for Cleveland in recent years, but this guy's a stud. Up and in, Scotty Barnes, a relatively rare three-pointer for him.
Mobley backed off to try to deter that entry pass on the post, and it left Barnes plenty of room to get a look.
Bully ball. Donovan Mitchell missed the layup, though. Scotty Barnes with the basketball. Made fewer than one three-pointer a game. Only 68 on the year. This is where he's effective. Inside-out pass. Stolen away. Mitchell. Barnes trying to make it two in a row from deep, and he does. Wow. This is found money for Toronto.
Mobley just left him, I think, to try to tag a cutter, and Barnes just stepped back, and no resistance beyond the three-point line.
30% shooting threes on the year for Barnes. Dean Wade. Mobley, look what I found.
Mobley always around the rim on the offensive end. One of the best dunkers we have in the association.
Rebounds off of air balls are always a crapshoot.
Yeah, 95% they're going to go in the hands of the offensive team.
Pirtle. Barrett. Back to Barrett. May have been touched. Mitchell draws a crowd. Off the shin.
Fast break game. One of the quickest guys in the league with or without the ball.
Two dribbles and a dunk for Allen. New and improved Jarrett Allen.
Put it on the floor and attacked whoever was in front of the rim.
Barnes. Here's Shead. Three-pointer for Jamal Shead.
Toronto coming out shooting a good three ball to start this game. It's their third of the quarter.
Toronto has a club on the year 35% from behind the arc. That's below league average. Harden doing his thing. And he draws a whistle. That's part of his thing.
That's such a hard guy to defend on a consistent basis.
Both teams have gone to the bench for the first time. Sam Merrill, sniper, he comes on for Cleveland. Toronto, they answer with Jacoby Walter, second-year man, 6'4", 180. He can shoot it a little bit.
Both snipers in the game.
Merrill with a rebound. Harden. And a foul trying to get through a screen. It's going to go against Scotty Barnes. Barnes will take a seat. Colin Murray Boyles, first-round lottery pick. Back in June, he comes into the game. Mitchell, his first bucket. And Toronto has to call a timeout. Dealing with an injury, been back since middle of March. Jamal Shed scored the goal with a foul. He knows how to win a big game. He's replacing Emmanuel quickly, and that experience for him, no matter what the level, is going to be important. Tied at 13. Little floater,
so good.
James Harden.
He is a left-handed guy that can play pick and roll going left or right. That time he goes right on the right side, but keeps the defender on his side in a great float game.
Here's Walter. High off the window and in.
Walter, three-point shooter. You run him off the line. He has the ability and the size to finish in the paint.
Allen this time had his pocket picked. It'll Artis Gilmore, the great Artis Gilmore. And a foul closing in on the halfway mark of our first quarter.
I think both teams have settled in here now after that nervous energy to start this game is gone.
Perno won't even look at the basket from there. Knocked away, shot clock's down to 3. Murray Boyles. Pass too hot to handle. Cleveland basketball.
Cleveland did the right.
Harden into the paint. Pass off the mark for Wade. Merrill's first shot. Ingram, an all-star for the second time this year. Hangs, draws contact, and will go to the free throw line.
He's got to be and is going to be super percentages throughout the playoffs.
Cleveland brings in Jalen Tyson. Interesting that Tyson getting a chance to play. There was some whisper that maybe he wouldn't be in the rotation like he had been all season long. In the postseason, rotations get tighter. Toronto answers with a new player of their own, Sandro Mamukelashvili, into the game.
He's going to get welcome to the game right quick.
Harden put it right in his eye.
Welcome to the game, Mamukelashvili. Come here, dance with me. Harden drains a triple.
Here's Shed, hit one a moment ago. If this is going to be a battle of three-pointers, Cleveland's going to win it.
Yes, they are.
Miscommunication. Mamukelashvili dumps it off to Ingram. Mid-range, Ingram, score the goal.
It's his game right there. A quick catch, spins away from the defense, and high release on that shot. You can't block it.
Strus, back of the iron. Shed off to the races. Murray Boyles off the window and in.
Shed made that play fastest to the ball by getting the rebound and then just creating something with his speed. And there's Murray Boyles with his first two.
Harden got his own miss momentarily, had it knocked away. Mamukelashvili loose ball. Numbers advantage for Toronto, 5-on-4. Walter. Ingram. Cleveland finally clears.
They want to advance through the playoffs.
Those with a discerning eye probably spotted Scotty Barnes back into the game. Remember, he's playing with 2 fouls. Yep. These are super important minutes right now for a mandatory important player, Scotty Barnes, and the Toronto Raptors. Ingram's played this entire first quarter, working against Tyson. And a foul's going to go against.
Sent 50 from 3, but it was the foul problem that gave the Cavaliers the lead.
A.J. Lawson has checked into the game. So Darko Rajakovic trying to figure out the point guard situation late for the Gamecocks in South Carolina. So did Colin Murray Boyles, who just makes an 8-footer.
Yeah, Mobley just protecting the rim right there. Easy pitch and one-hand release by Colin Murray Boyles.
Dennis Schroeder is into the game. He'll be in the backcourt with Donovan Mitchell to begin our second quarter. Schroeder coming over in a trade with Sacramento back in February. And we've got a foul. Really can't draw much from the prior meetings between these two clubs. It is a one-point game. Cleveland's got the basketball. The veteran Dennis Schroeder played in big games here in the NBA and also internationally. One of the best international players of his generation. Evan Mobley back in to roam the middle for Cleveland. Keon Ellis in. Shot clock's down to 3. Schroeder has to get to work. And a foul.
Offensive foul.
Barnes playing with 2 fouls. Wow, with 2 fouls. He had 3 first quarter three-pointers. That's not his game. Murray Boyles back to Barnes. Shot clock's at 5. Barnes. It's a tough man to get it off through. That was Evan Mobley on the defense. Schroeder.
With the game's slowing down and becoming more of a half-court set, Donovan Mitchell.
Second three-pointer for Mitchell. James Harden back into the game for Cleveland. Schroeder, Harden, Mitchell, Mobley, Ellis. Kobe Walter comes back in for Toronto. Mobley, not enough English. Interesting lineup right now for Toronto with no Ingram and no Barnes.
Yeah, Barrett's got to be the guy really try to score it on a consistent basis right there.
Ellis poked it away from Shed, and it'll be Cleveland ball.
That ball has to touch R.J. Barrett on the offensive end for the Raptors.
Harden, 7 points in 10 minutes. Beautiful pass to Mobley, and Mobley is whacked. Cleveland has not missed a free throw so far in our ball game. 10 for 10. Contrast that to Toronto, 4 for 9. Remaining games today on Prime. We're just getting started. First round, game 1. So you got the Timberwolves. That'll be a 6 o'clock Eastern time start. Second one goes begging. That's the first misfire for Cleveland at the stripe. Shed, confident. Matches for Jamal Shed.
Yeah, R.J. Barrett realizing he's drawing extra defenders when he touches the paint. That ball outside, a good bouncy 3 by Shed.
There haven't been too many great 39s in the history of the NBA. No. Harden.
Perfect pass, the timing, the delivery, and the finish.
Loose. Harden's got it. Cleveland's off to the races. Barrett ahead of the pack. And a great 7 minutes to play, first half. Shed. Cleveland right now playing with 3 guys who came over in the trade deadline. Schroeder. Allen. It's second of 2 free throws for Jared Allen. And in about a window of 3 minutes, he missed them both. So much for Cleveland being perfect at the free throw line. They're 11 for 11. Now they've missed their last 3 in a row. Jakob Poeltl has not shot the ball until now.
He heard you.
Harden, Ellis, Schroeder, Allen, and Wade. 5 on the floor for Cleveland. They lead by 2.
How important these games are.
I've seen neither side in the play-in, so they haven't played since Sunday.
Right.
Shot clock's down to 3. But Cleveland's got a man there. James Harden, a triple.
Scotty Barnes can't be but so aggressive with those 2 fouls. Harden sidesteps into a triple.
This equals Cleveland's largest lead. They've trailed by as many as 5 as well. Ingram, looking like DeMar DeRozan back in the day. Ingram way up high on Harden. And again, shot clock's down to 5. Harden's gonna have to fire. Good luck. Shot clock violation. Toronto 6 for 11 from deep. Score the goal and a foul. Shed didn't give it to him. Can't make the rare 4-point play. They'll have to settle for 3.
All of a sudden, Cleveland's gone cold from the free throw line.
Yeah, they have. Scotty Barnes. Lap. Pirtle can't handle the pass. Had a bunch of spin on it. Here comes Mitchell. Already in double figures. The dump down. Allen blocked away by Pirtle. Yeah, there's a lot of points there.
Yeah, Ingram gives that ball up and goes back to get it just to create the mismatch that he wanted. He wanted Strus on him. He got it, and he got to his spot and made a quick 2.
So much like with Brandon Ingram. And a foul.
Side trying to keep Strus from coming off that screen.
Dell, during the regular year, Kenny Atkinson's club, 77% the free throw line. He mentioned that they did do some drills this week to try and work on that. Is
definitely a mentally tough guy.
Yeah, he is. Lead back up to 5 for Cleveland. Murray Boyles back in. Ingram, turnaround. Man, this guy's automatic from 12 feet.
Caught the ball with his back to the basket, knew exactly where he was, turned in one motion, and nothing but net.
Signature move by Donovan Mitchell.
Getting the defender, going to the defender's left, swing it back across the green, and float game is working.
Not too many guys these days have moves named after him, but Donovan Mitchell's got his name on that one.
The room Allen is giving Colin Murray Boyles to work, and they still get an interior pass.
Scotty Barnes stronger than 10 rows of onions. That was a forceful left-hander. Still a one-possession game. Toronto's not going anywhere.
And Cleveland's hung in there.
Harden, full head of steam. His floater finds purchase. Either side is led by more than 5. Back and forth, nip and tuck here in downtown Cleveland.
That's playoff basketball.
Very Cavalier with the basketball, James Harden in the backcourt. Final 2.5 of our second quarter. Nothing there for Harden. Mobley. Oh! Stronger than he looks. Wow. Left-handed hammer. Largest lead for either side. Walter gives it back to Cleveland.
The preferred 5 for Cleveland on the floor right now. Harden. That was a big possession right there. Harden wanted to put his team up double digits. Toronto playing without Emmanuel quickly. Jamal Shed has done just fine. 16 minutes, 11 points. Just 1 assist, though, interesting enough. Barnes has to feint, missed it.
That guy right there, Barnes, is the guy that's handling the basketball to the most part for the Raptors.
2-for-1 window for Cleveland, slams shut, but they'll be content with the 3 from Strus.
His first 3 of the night. Seen him attack the rim. That time he got plenty of space, about 2 feet behind the line.
10-3 run for the home team. Toronto looking for a bit of momentum here. This would help. Got it! R.J. Barrett, a triple.
2 big triples by Barrett to end this quarter.
Mitchell's heave. Jamal Shed misses the floater. Just joining us, Shed starting the game. He has been the point guard of record. Emmanuel quickly out with a leg injury.
The soft-spoken Evan Mobley, but he plays with a fierceness about it.
A big stick. Donovan Mitchell, when he was on the floor in the first half, Cleveland outscored Toronto by 10. Shot clock's down to 3. And Donovan Mitchell, that is a wily, can be important for him and Cleveland if they want to do it this spring.
Well, they got to continue to trust each other. I think he's a guy that obviously wants to bring a championship here to Cleveland. They just got to continue to trust each other. But they're role players. They're going to have to knock down threes. I'm talking about Wade, Strus, all those guys. Merrill, they put them around them to create space for Mitchell and Harden. Those guys are going to have to knock down threes to make sure that they have that space to work.
Kenny Atkinson, season prior, was the coach of the year in the NBA and may have had a harder job this year with all the injuries and the guys coming out in the midseason trade. It has not been smooth sailing for Cleveland. Still made it into the postseason as the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. Scotty Barnes in and out. Mitchell, extra pass over to Mobley. Doesn't settle for that 3. Allen, good build, big to big pass.
That was really good movement by Allen. He went from the right dunker spot to the left, and Mobley found him with a soft touch.
Largest stiff arm of the game for Cleveland. Ingram, poked away by Wade. Deflected in the waiting arms of Harden. There's Wade on the offensive end. Deeper on the NBA playoffs. Ask more with AI mode in Google search. AI mode does not stand for Andre Iguodala. Evan Mobley, a 3! His first triple in abundance of riches for Cleveland.
Separation in this 3rd quarter for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Both teams have been really good at making adjustments and coming out scoring in the 3rd quarter. Cleveland.
Largest lead of the game for Cleveland. Brandon Ingram makes it a 15-point game. Break points, they averaged 18 fast break points per game. They've got 1 fast break point.
Well, they've been putting Cleveland on the free throw line for one. You can't run when you're taking the ball out of the basket. Cleveland shooting a good percentage.
Mobley locked in right now.
You saw him finesse from 3 that time. The strength with the back to the basket, just powering that ball in.
Doesn't look like he should be as strong as he plays.
Wiry strong.
Barnes, he made 3 3-pointers in the 1st quarter. That was a big story right out of the chute. Cleveland, the 4 seed. Toronto, the 5 seed. The 4th time these two franchises have met in the postseason. Cleveland has never lost a series against the Raptors. Loose on the floor, last touched by.
For the front. That was committed.
Harden. Wade. Shot clock's at 3. Does Cleveland know? Still plenty of time. Thank you, Christina. That was the first field goal for Toronto here in our 2nd half. Donovan Mitchell answers with a field goal of his own.
Felt some pressure about half court. Did Mitchell backed up, released the valve, and then straight line drive to the rim.
A lot of contact. R.J. Barrett.
Back-to-back good plays by Barrett. Last play, he set up his teammate with a good dish right there. He says, I'm going to do it myself.
Harden working against Ingram. Left it short. 3 Cleveland rebounders battle for it, and it will stay with Cleveland. Postseason, is it big for coaches as well?
It is, absolutely. Talk about small adjustments can mean everything. Look at Max Strus.
Rim glass, rim it in, Max Strus.
Out of bounds play, tight in that corner in front of his bench. Gets the kind hometown roll.
Only falls when you're nice to your mama.
Yeah, that's right.
Loose, Cleveland. Harden turns the corner. Extra pass to Merrill. Strus. To the max.
Yeah, he can get hot right there. That was a good driving kick by Merrill. He had no intention of shooting that ball, did Merrill. He just wanted to draw the defense and find his buddy beyond the arc.
Toronto has fallen apart like a dime store lawn chair. They're down 20. Still plenty of time, halfway through our third quarter. Ingram from the elbow. Cleveland's doing this without Mobley and Mitchell in the game. Harden, tons of dribbling. Murray Boyles trying to get one of those fast break points, and the pass was way too far ahead. Now Cleveland will play with a numbers advantage. Even strength, but still confusion. Strus takes advantage. Oh, the third quarter has blown.
Regular season already 21 in this third quarter, and we're just over halfway through.
That's a nice after timeout play. They set up R.J. Barrett, and he autographed. He'll sign it with his right hand, but he plays basketball with his left hand. Of course, LeBron, he asked him for his autograph, signed with his left hand, but he plays basketball with his right hand.
Athletes.
Strus has the last 8 points for Cleveland. Jalen Tyson's in the game. Let's see if he can stay in this time. He had 3 fouls in 3 minutes. And this time the ball goes off his shoulder. Tyson's been a big part of what Cleveland. Shed, Barrett, Pirtle, Walter, Ingram. 5 on the floor for Toronto. Shed. He's had a nice ball game.
He's done a really good job of relocating without the ball, getting to the eyesight with a guy who has the mismatch just like he did right there. He's able to bottom another.
Shed falls down. Back into play. Shot clock's at 7. Harden's gonna have to fire. Man, he had the 6'9" Ingram draped all over him.
Right in his jersey, and he flipped it over the top.
Barrett draws contact and will go to the. Stolen away. Pirtle, what do you got?
Only played 46 regular season games.
Oh, all right. 2 beauties. Jakob Pirtle. They're beaming back in Vienna. 10-3 run for the visitors. This was not over yet. Harden. Pirtle rebound. Before the layup got off for Pirtle, had it stripped away. Tyson. Tyson's just trying to figure out a way to contribute.
Wow. Yeah. Playing right into the hands of the Raptors. From the Joker.
Remaining games today on Prime. First round game ones. You just saw Timberwolves and Nuggets. Also the Hawks and the Knicks. Swirling three-pointer. Sam Merrill, a triple.
His first bucket, all 4 of his points that come from the free throw line. You drop a play to get Merrill a look, and he cashes it in.
Cleveland's largest lead of the afternoon. R.J. Barrett, Shed, extra pass, Mamu Kelishvili. Greatest to ever come out of Georgia.
Yeah, he is.
That'd be the Republic of Georgia.
That is his first bucket of the evening.
He's had a nice year. Playoff basketball, whole different ball of wax. Here's Dennis Schroeder. Schroeder, Merrill, Tyson, Mobley, and Mitchell playing for Cleveland. Tyson, a little bit too strong. And a foul will send Scotty Barnes to the line. He is such a huge weapon for the Raptors. His ability to get that early offense, sometimes those early pull-up threes, he's deadly.
Yeah. He and Tyrese Maxey, similar games.
Schroeder coming over from the Kings at the trade deadline. Gets himself a layup.
Too easy. When you're down, you got to put up more resistance than that. Schroeder just turns the corner in a one-hand layup.
Schroeder came into the league with Atlanta when Kenny Atkinson was an assistant coach. Scored the goal, Jamal Shed. Cleveland leads by 18. And a bad screen.
Adds toughness and edge off that bench for Cleveland as a point guard. You love that in playoff time.
Mitchell. Inside. First dunk of the night for Donovan Mitchell. Hornets has a club with 8 dunks this afternoon.
Myles Garrett said he attacked the rim like I attack quarterbacks.
Mitchell again. Hangs in the air and hits. Had more dunks on the year than Cleveland. Want to take a guess who it was?
I'm going Pistons.
Oh,
yeah.
Man!
They got some guys.
You have
throw
earned
it
your
down.
meal money today. Fantastic. Jalen Duren. That's one tough man up there in Detroit. Flosses with barbed wire, Jalen Duren does. 3 minutes in to our fourth quarter. Schroeder leaves it short. Let's set the lineups for you. Mamukelashvili, Lawson, Barnes, Ingram, and Walter playing together. This is danger time right now for Toronto. They need to get going in a hurry. This would be a good start. Yep, Scotty Barnes, mouse in the house through the NBA.
I knew where you were going.
Yeah, Scotty Pippen.
Yeah.
Scotty, I think, a little bit better shooter. Let's throw that out there.
Which Scott?
Oh, yeah, Scotty Pippen.
Okay.
And maybe not. We had to look some numbers. Scotty's a Hall of Famer. Pippen. Donovan Mitchell, another floater.
Yeah, turns the corner, breaks the tackle, and floats it in.
Would have broken Myles Garrett's tackle, I'm here to tell you. Mitchell's got the last 6 for Cleveland. Walter stems the tide.
Cleveland is perfectly happy matching buckets right now with the Raptors. Raptors got to get stops.
Del, is there such a thing as making a statement in game 1, or
Yes.
it's just a win-win?
Yes, no, you can definitely make a statement. Because the Raptors, to win this series, they're going to have to win here in Cleveland.
He's going to win this tap. Simple math. Barnes had some back. Looked like Barnes almost pulling a string on that. Makes 1 out of 2. During the regular season, Cleveland did not defeat Toronto. 0-3. Dean Wade.
Made by the home team.
Foul call on Keon Ellis.
Schroeder, what a luxury to have this guy coming off your bench to finish games that you have well under control.
Barnes. Woo-hoo-hoo! First dunk of the ball game, Scotty Barnes.
He's still playing hard.
Now Toronto waits until the fourth quarter to get their first team dunk. Allen calling for it on the block. Schroeder doesn't find him. Shot clock's at 4. It's go time for Harden. Man, that guy's good, isn't
I'm
he?
telling you what.
11th all-time leading scorer in the history of the NBA.
Tough shot, fading to his right for a left-hand shooter.
A.J. Lawson, his first playoff field goal. He is a native of Canada. He's from Brampton, Ontario. Mamukelashvili forces to learn that while playing for the Guelph Nighthawks. He spent a year, folks, playing in the Canadian Elite Basketball League trying to get his pro career started. That is about as low as it gets, and he's made it here to besides it gets. Jarrett Allen, his 4th dunk of the ball game.
Hard drawing all kind of gravity on the offensive end. Once again, pitches it back to Allen with bad intentions.
Oh my goodness, miscommunication. The 2 best players for Toronto not on the same page, and it's a turnover. Max Strus back in. He changed the game in the third quarter with his energy and shooting.
He did.
Oh, James Harden, 17 years of that.
He just freezes the defense. You don't know if he's shooting a floater or throwing a lob.
R.J. Barrett draws contact from Dean Wade, who are almost mandatory, and winning follows them along.
He plays the basketball for us. That's easy, free possessions that we have. You just don't rely on Allen and Mobley to get all those rebounds. Wade can mix it up, And really, like Strus, I think underrated in how physical he can be on the defensive end.
Dean Wade is widely considered to be the greatest to ever come out of Inman, Kansas. And Harden, did that go off his foot? Stays with Toronto. Murray Boyles, first dunk. They got him 9th in the draft last June, and they have no regrets. Went to the same high school as two guys who've had long NBA careers. Tyrone Corbin, who played for both these franchises, and the X-Man, Xavier McDaniel. Max Strus, hotter than a tailpipe!
Yeah, even the people stuffed in here knew that one was going down as it left his fingers. Strus.
Strus didn't play the first 67 games of the year for Cleveland, and he was missed. Barrett. Still some life in these Raptors, much to the chagrin of Kenny Atkinson.
Here this afternoon.
Well, small victory for Toronto. They have forced Cleveland to bring Donovan Mitchell back into the game. So Mitchell